You are situated in everyone's heart as super soul, just to show your causeless mercy. And you are the eternal well-wisher, but you are unavailable for the non-devotee. Lord is unavailable for the non-devotee. That is what Lord says. At the same time, alabhyaya means he is unavailable. At the same time, he is not very happy with the worship of the demigods. The demigods worship him with upacharaihi. Upacharaihi means all paraphernalia. Upachita upacharaihi. Two things are given. Upachita upacharaihi. That means pompous arrangement. And upachara. This upachara is like formality. And Lord is fed up with all these formalities. The Lord says, I am not hankering for all these things, nor I am available to the non-devotees. But his causeless mercy is, Lord is available to everyone as super soul. Taddure tudantike. He is far also, is very much near. He hears to everyone. That is how Antatmaha and Suhrat Tatma. He is available as the most dear friend, the most eternal well-wisher for the devotees. So these demigods, they are actually the appointed administrators. What is their work? Their work is to uh, take care of the whole material world. Somehow they like their position. They cannot give up their position. In that position, they worship Lord. So their worship is not pure devotional service. It is not ahaituki aprati. It is not ahaituki. There is hetu behind it. The maintenance of their position itself is a hetu. But Lord loves devotees. He is a friend of the devotee. That is Suhrata. Muktana, Ikkitapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwari, Suhradam Sarvabhutana. So he is Suhrata. So he stays in the hearts of the pure devotees. So somebody can say, is he not staying in the heart of others? Yes, he is staying. But he is not there in the hearts of the devotees, still having material desires. That means he cannot be heard. He cannot exchange. There is no exchange of loving transactions. Because he is doing baniyagiri, na? Material desires means what? I want this, you give me this. So Lord is not freely available. So that type of exchange is not there. That is why na ati prasiddhi is not very much pleased as what is given. But anyhow, he is showing mercy to everyone, to all the living entities. But to the devotees, pure devotees, he is very much pleased. Because what is the nature of the pure devotees? They always think of others. And they show the mercy to the living entities. That is their work. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam. So what is their work? Their work is to show mercy to everyone. Whatever prasadam they have got, they give the prasad to others. There is a mercy to others. Because the devotees show mercy to all the living entities. That is why Krishna loves them very much. In this way. So nicely it has been described by Srila Prabhupada, by Bande Vidyabhushan, Hare Krishna. Vrindanila Mataji,
Hare Krishna Mataji, my pranams. Nati prasidati tathopachitopachare आराधितः सुनगणे हृदि बद्धकामये यत्सर्वभूतादया सत् अलभ्ययैको नानाजनेष्ववहितः सुहृत् अन्तरात्मा. Translation. My Lord, you are not very much satisfied by the worship of the demigods, who arrange for your worship very pompously with various paraphernalia, but who are full of material hankerings. You are situated in everyone's heart at the super soul, just to show your causeless mercy, and you are the eternal well-wisher, but you are unavailable for the non-devotee. Purport. The demigods and the celestial heavenly planets, who are appointed administrators of the material affairs, are also devotees of the Lord. But at the same time, they have desires for material opulence and sense gratification. The Lord is so kind that He awards them all sorts of material happiness, more than they can desire, but He is not satisfied with them because they are not pure devotees. The Lord does not want any one of His innumerable sons, the living entities, to remain in the material world of threefold miseries, to perpetually suffer the material pangs of birth, death, old age, and disease. The demigods in the heavenly planets, and many devotees on this planet also, want to remain in the material world as devotees of the Lord and take advantage of material happiness. They do so at a risk of falling down to the lower status of existence, and this makes the Lord dissatisfied with them. Pure devotees are not desirous of any material enjoyment, nor are they averse to it. They completely dovetail their desires with the desires of the Lord and perform nothing on their personal account. Arjun is a good example. On his own sentiment, due to family affection, Arjun did not want to fight. But finally, after hearing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he agreed to fight in the interests of the Lord. Therefore, the Lord is very much satisfied with pure devotees because they do not act for sense gratification, but only in terms of the Lord's desire. As Paramatma or Super Soul, he is situated in everyone's heart, always giving everyone the chance of good counsel. Thus, everyone should take the opportunity and render transcendental loving service to him wholly and solely. The non devotees, however, are neither like the demigods nor like the pure devotees, but are averse to the transcendental relationship with the Lord. They have revolted against the Lord and must perpetually undergo the reactions of their own activities. Bhagavad Gita 4.11 states, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sathaiva bhajamyaham. Although the Lord is equally kind to every living being, the living beings, for their own part, are able to please the Lord to either a greater or lesser extent. The demigods are called Sakama devotees, or devotees with material desires in mind, while the pure devotees are called Nishkama devotees because they have no desires for their personal interest. The Sakam devotees are self interested because they do not think of others, and therefore they are not able to satisfy the Lord perfectly. Whereas the pure devotees take the missionary responsibility of turning non devotees into devotees, and they are therefore able to satisfy the Lord more than the demigods. The Lord is unmindful of the devotees, although he is sitting within everyone's heart as well wisher and super soul. However, he also gives them the chance to receive his mercy through his pure devotees who are engaged in missionary activities. Sometimes the Lord himself descends for missionary activities, as he did in the form of Lord Chaitanya, but mostly he sends his bona fide representatives, and thus he shows his causeless mercy towards the non devotees. The Lord is so satisfied with his pure devotees that he wants to give them the credit for missionary success, although he could do the work personally. This is the sign of his satisfaction with his pure Nishkam devotees compared to the Sakama devotees. By such transcendental activities, the Lord simultaneously becomes free from the charge of partiality and exhibits his pleasure with the devotees. Now, a question arises, if the Lord is sitting in the hearts of non devotees, why are they not moved to become devotees? It may be answered that the stubborn devotees, non devotees, are like the barren land or alkaline field where no agricultural activities can be successful. As part and parcel of the Lord, every individual living entity has a minute quantity of independence, and by misuse of this minute independence, the non devotees commit offense after offense to both the Lord and his pure devotees engaged in missionary work. As a result of such acts, they become as barren as an alkaline field where there is no strength to produce. Hare Krishna Mataji.
As a result of such act, they become as barren as an alkaline
Alkaline
field
field.
when there is no strength to produce. 13th verse. पुंसामतो विविधकर्मभिरग्वराध्यैर् दानेन चोग्रतपसा परिचर्यया च आराधनं भगवतस्तव सत्क्रियार्थो धर्मोर् धर्मोर्पितः कर्हिचित् म्रियते न यत्र पुंसाम्, that means the people, atah, Therefore, Vividha Karmibihi by various fruitive activities, then Adhvara Adyehi by performance of Vedic rituals, Danena by charity, Cha and Ugra, very hard tapasa, austerity. Then comes Paricharyaya by transcendental service. Cha also Aradhanam, worship Bhagavatah of the personality of God. Tava, your Satkriya Arthaha, simply for pleasing your lordship. Dharma, religion, Arpitaha, so offered. Courage at any time, Mulyate, vanquishes, never Atvadya. But the pious activities of the people, such as performance of Vedic rituals, charity, austere penance, and transcendental service, perform with a view to worship you and satisfy you by offering you the fruitive results, are also beneficial. Such acts of religion never go in vain. So dharma karya never goes in vain that much. So at least by doing that slowly, when the pious activities increases, that is recommended. If you are not becoming a pure devotee, at least do some pious activities. Do some charity, perform Vedic rituals, perform some tapasya. The person is not able to understand what is pure devotional service, they should do these pious activities. That has been very clearly stated. Brahmaji says that. So here, Baldev Vishnu commentary. Those people without desire become the best in bhakti. If one is able to perform pure devotional service, that is the best. But if he is not able to do that, at least he should perform nishkama bhakti. He should not have desires. Whatever he is doing, he should offer it to Lord. Vivida karmi bihi. That means whatever he is doing, he should offer to Lord. Whatever adhvaradhyaha, that means Vedic rites, he should offer to Lord. So at least he should perform nishkama bhakti. Shuddha bhakti, nishkama bhakti has a lot of difference. Nishkama means he doesn't have desire, but he has desire for his particular work. So when bhakti is most prominent, karma mishra bhakti. What is given? Karma mishra bhakti. Bhakti is prominent here. Then that is karma mishra bhakti. Bhakti mishra karma, karma is prominent. So understand that. Karma mishra bhakti means bhakti is prominent. That means whatever he is doing, whatever work he is doing, he wants to offer it to Lord. That is wonderful. But when the bhakti is secondary, then it is bhakti mishra karma. What is given the C? When bhakti is prominent, karma mishra bhakti, all ordinary and Vedic acts are offered. When bhakti is secondary, bhakti mishra karma, only the Vedic acts are offered, but not the ordinary acts. Whatever Vedic rituals are there, that is offered, not the ordinary. Ordinary means every day he is doing something, he is not offering to Lord. His earnings, he is not offering. Sometimes in the Vedas, Vedic rituals are there, he is offering that time to Lord, not ordinary acts. Like a devotee, from morning to evening, what is his work? Whatever he eats, he offers to Lord. So why bhakti is prominent? Because Lord is person. So first I have to feed him, then only I can eat. So karma mishra bhakti means bhakti is prominent. So he is offering all his acts, everything, even the ordinary acts to Lord. When it is bhakti mishra karma, only the Vedic things are given. But in Kevala bhakti, only the ordinary acts are offered, not Vedic acts. That means he is not interested in the Vedic acts. He is only interested in performing ordinary acts, that is hearing and chanting. Ordinary acts and hearing chanting, both are offered to the Lord. Three types of acts are there: ordinary act, spiritual acts, and Vedic acts. When bhakti is prominent, both are offered. When bhakti is not second, bhakti is secondary, only Vedic acts. For Kevala Bhakta, spiritual acts as well as ordinary acts, everything. Even right from sleeping, the devotee is offering to Lord. Why is he sleeping? So that he can wake up early. Simple. Worship of the Lord brings about best acts. Satkriya Kriyartha. Because dharma offered to you is never destroyed, but transforms into worship. This means that dharma, whose main object is fulfillment of material desire, is destroyed. So it is not secondary. Karma Mishra Bhakti is prominent. So that has been emphasized here. Perform ordinary act as well as Vedic act and give it to Lord. For a devotee, there is no Vedic act. There is only ordinary act plus spiritual act of hearing and chanting. Okay. Aruna,
Hare Krishna, text 13. Pumsamato vivida karma biradvaradhyair tarnena chogra tapasa परिचर्यया च आराधनं भगवतस्तव सत्क्रियार्थो धर्मोर् धर्मोर्पितः कर्हिचिद् म्रियते न यत्र. Translation. But the pious activities of the people, such as performance of Vedic rituals, charity, austere penances, and transcendental service, performed with a view to worship you and satisfy you by offering you the fruitive results, are also beneficial. Such acts of religion never go in vain. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Absolute devotional service conducted in 9 different spiritual activities: hearing, chanting, remembering, worshipping, praying, etc., does not always appeal to people with a pompous nature. They are more attracted by the Vedic superficial rituals and other costly performances of social religious shows. But the process, according to the Vedic injunctions, is that the fruits of all pious activities should be offered to the Supreme Lord. In Bhagavad Gita 9.27, the Lord demands that whatever one may do in one's daily activities, such as worship, sacrifice, and offering charity, all the results should be offered to him only. This offering of the results of pious acts unto the Supreme Lord is a sign of devotional service to the Lord and is of permanent value, whereas enjoying the same results for oneself is only temporary. Anything done on account of the Lord is a permanent asset and accumulates in the form of unseen piety for gradual promotion to the unalloyed devotional service of the Lord. These undetected pious activities will one day result in a full fledged devotional service by the grace of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, any pious act done on account of the Supreme Lord is also recommended here for those who are not pure devotees. Hare Krishna.
Shashvat Swarupam Aha Saiva Nipita Vedam Yoga. Shashvat Swarupa Mahasaiva Nipita Veda Mohaya Bodha Dishanaaya Namah Parasmai Vishwodhava Sthiti Layeshu Nimitta Leela Rasayate Nama Idam Chakrameshwaraya. Shashwat, eternally, Swarupa, transcendental form, Mahasa, by the glories, Eva, certainly, Nipita, distinguished, via the differentiation, Mohaya, unto the illusory conception, Bodha, self-knowledge, Dishnaya, intelligence, Nama, obeisance, Parasmai, unto the transcendence, Vishwa Udbhava, creation of the cosmic manifestations, Sthiti, maintenance, Layeshu, Also destruction nimitta for the matter of lila of by such pastimes. Rasaya for enjoyment, they unto you, namaha obeisances, idam this chakram I perform, Ishwaraya unto the Supreme. So here Brahmaji says, let me offer obeisances unto the Supreme Transcendence, Ishwaraya, who is eternally distinguished by his internal potency. His indistinguishable impersonal feature is realized by intelligence for self-realization. I offer my obeisances unto him, who by his pastimes enjoy the creation, maintenance, and resolution of the cosmic manifestation. So now I respect to the Supreme Brahman. The Supreme Brahman is what he's doing, he is destroying the ignorance. How? By the eternal effulgence of consciousness. So now two types of worship has been delineated. Brahma offers respects to the forms of the Lord, worshipped by the Jnani and the devotee. For the Jnani, what it is? The form which destroys the illusion. I offer respect to that form which destroys the illusion of difference. That is Brahman by eternal consciousness. Shashvat Swarupa Mahasham. Just as the ocean was swallowed by Agastya. I offer respects to that form from which arises intelligence, Dishnaya, caused by the realization of that form. So Jnani is for Namaha. So I offer my respects, Namas Chakarma, to that impersonal form. I offer my respects to the personal form, the Lord, who enjoy the rasa. So here two types of worship has been described. And Jnani's worship is for the impersonal Brahman, and Brahmaji says, I offer obeisances to that worship also and to the worship of devotees. For devotees, what it is? For devotees, it is like how Lord is the one who is creating, maintaining, destroying, how he is playing with the gopis, all these pastimes, Lord does. Impersonal aspect, the Jnanis have. So both the path has been paid obeisances by Brahmaji. Bindu read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Shashvat Swarupa Maha Sarvaiva Nipita Veda Mohaya Bodha Deshanaya Nama Parasmai Vishwodbhava Sthitaleshu Nimitta Leela Rasaya Te Nama Idam Chakrameshwaraya. Translation. Let me offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Transcendence, who is eternally distinguished by his eternal potency. His indistinguishable impersonal feature is realized by intelligence for self-realization. I offer my obeisances unto him who by his pastimes enjoys the creation, maintenance, and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation. Purport. The Supreme Lord is eternally distinguished from the living entities by his internal potency, although he is also understood in his impersonal feature by self-realized intelligence. Devotees of the Lord, therefore, offer all respectful obeisances unto the impersonal feature of the Lord. The word rasa is significant herein. The rasa dance is performed by Lord Krishna in the company of the cowherd damsels at Vrindavana. The personality of Godhead, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, is also engaged in rasa enjoyment with his external potency, by which he creates, maintains, and dissolves the entire material manifestation. Indirectly, Lord Brahma offers his respectful obeisances unto Lord Sri Krishna, who is factually ever engaged in rasa enjoyment with the gopis, as confirmed in the Gopala Tapani Upanishad in the following words: Paradante sa budyata gopavesho me purusha purstad avir babuva. The distinction between the Lord and the living entities is definitely experienced when there is
sufficient intelligence to understand his internal potency as distinguished from the external potency, by which he makes possible the material manifestation. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Next. The Lord's avatar is also for, this is his mercy action. Yasya avatar gunakarma vidambanani namani yesu vigame vivasha vrudanti tenaikajanma shamalam sahasaiva hitva samyanyatya samyantyapavrutamritam tamajam prapadye. Yasya, whose avatar, guna, karma, vidambanani, they're all very mysterious. Namani ye asu, his multifarious names are there. Asu vigame, while quitting this life, vivashaha granhanti. So vivashaha granhanti, automatically invoke te aneka many janma, births, shamalam, accumulated sins, sahasa, immediately, eva, certainly, hitva, giving up, samyanti, obtain, apavrutam, open, amritam, immortality, tam, ajam, the unborn, prapatya, I take shelter. Let me take shelter of the lotus feet of him, whose incarnations, qualities, and activities are mysterious, limitations of worldly affairs. One who invokes his transcendental names even unconsciously at the time he quits his life is certainly washed immediately of the sins of many persons and attains him without fail. So he has taken avatar for showing the mercy. So here, 13th verse. 15th verse. So how Lord's mercy is very great, that has been spoken. So he appears among the people also. He appears to show mercy to the people who are like animals. Sometimes they do namabhas. They don't have knowledge also. But still, Lord is appearing and showing the mercy. So Brahmaji is surrendering to this wonderful personal form. So two worships first was spoken. He's paying obeisance to Gyanis also. Gyanis in person. But now here, very clearly, Lord's personal form. He is accepting only Lord's personal form, personal aspect. He says you have so many qualities, you have so many names, you have so many activities. And all these activities, names, everything is for the benefit of everyone. So a Jamil example is also given by Baldev Vidyabhushan. Sincere devotee is what they are doing. They are just serving Krishna. They are just worshipping the personal form of Krishna. Now the Gyanis meditate on the impersonal Brahman. But that worship again in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says is very difficult. And the moment a person chants the holy name at the time of hitting the body, all his sins will be destroyed. Raksha, read.
Yes, Mataji. Shloka 15. यस्यावतारगुणकर्मविडम्बनानि नामानि ये सुविगमे विवशा गृह्णन्ति तेनेकजन्मशमलं सहसेव हित्वा संयान्त्यपावृतामृतं तमजं प्रपद्ये. Translation. Let me take shelter of the lotus feet of him whose incarnation, qualities and activities are mysterious, imitations of worldly affairs. One who invokes his transcendental names even unconsciously at the time he quit this life is certainly washed immediately of the sin of many births and attains him without fail. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai ho. The activities of the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are a kind of imitation of the activities going on in the material world. He is just like an actor on a stage. An actor imitates the activities of a king on stage, although actually he is not the king. Similarly, when the Lord incarnates, he imitates part with which he has nothing to do. In Bhagavad Gita 14.4, 4.14, it is said that the Lord has nothing to do with the activities in which is supposed, supposedly engaged. Na mam karmani limpanti, na me karma phala spruha. The Lord is omnipotent. Simply by His will, He can perform anything and everything. When the Lord appeared as the Lord Krishna, he played the part of the son of Yashoda and Nanda, and he lifted the Govardhan hill. Although lifting a hill is not his concern, he can lift millions of Govardhan hills by his simple desire. He does not need to lift it with his hand, but he imitates the ordinary living entity by this lifting, and at the same time he exhibits his supernatural power. Thus his name is chanted as the lifter of Govardhan hill or Sri Govardhan Dhari. Therefore his act in his incarnation and his partially partiality to the devotees are all imitations only. Just like the stage makeup of an expert dramatic player, his act in the capacity, however, are all omnipotent, and the remembrance of such activities of the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is as powerful as the Lord Himself. Ajamil remembered the holy name of the Lord, Narayan, by merely calling the name of his son Narayan, and that gave him a complete opportunity to achieve the highest perfection of life. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam.
Next. यो वा अहं च गिरिशश्च विभो स्वयं च स्थितियुद्भव प्रलयहेतव आत्ममूलम् भित्त्वा त्रिपाद प्रवृद्ध एकरूपरोहस् तस्मै नमो भगवते भुवनद्रुमाय. यह one who, why certainly, aham cha, also I, Girishah cha, also Shiva, Vibhu, the Almighty, Swayam personality as Vishnu, cha, and Sthiti, maintenance, Udbhava, creation, Pralaya, dissolution, Hetava, the causes, Atma Moolam, self-rooted, Vitva, having penetrated, Tripad, three trunks, Pavrudhe, grew, Ekaha, one without a second, Uru, many, Praroha, branches, Asmi, unto him, Namaha, obeisances, Bhagavate, to this personality of Godhead, Bhuvanadumaya, unto the tree of the planetary systems. Your Lordship is the prime root of the tree of the planetary system. This tree has grown by first penetrating in the material world in three trunks as me, Shiva, and you, the personality of God, for creation, maintenance, distribution. And we three have grown with many branches. Therefore, I offer my obeisances unto you, the tree of the cosmic manifestation. So now, Brahmaji is offering respect. He says, not only he, but all the elements starting from Mahatattva should surrender to Lord. Because everything comes from Krishna. He is the tree for everything, tree for all this creation. Tripada, that Ekaha increases by having three large branches. Tripada, that is Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So in this way, then many Prajapatis came, like Marichi, Manus, everybody. So by dividing like this, the cause of all the bodies, Pradhana, Atma Moolam. So he is the Pradhana. Dividing the cause of all the bodies, the Pradhana, Atma Moolam, into three gunas. The Lord has become Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. But Vishnu is distinguished by the word Swayam to show that he is not related to the gunas in what Brahma and Shiva are. He is separate from by his very nature. That is why, though it is said here, he who is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, who is a cause of himself, Atma Moolam. That is why this word is Atma Moolam. That Ekaha has become Tripada, but again, Lord is separate from Brahma and Vishnu. So all this 14 planetary system is the expansion of Lord. So I offer my respects to the form of this world, that is universal form, who is like a tree. Okay. Vrindavanida Mataji, read.
यो वां च गिरिशश्च विभुः स्वयं च स्थितिः उद्भव प्रलय हेत्व आत्ममूलम् भित्त्वा श्रीपादवृद्ध एक उरूकरोः प्ररोहस्तस्मै नमो भगवते भुवन्द्रुमाय. Your lordship is the prime root of the tree of the planetary systems. This tree has grown by first penetrating the material nature in three trunks, as me, Shiva, and you, the Almighty, for creation, maintenance, and dissolution. And we three have grown with many branches. Therefore, I offer my obeisances unto you, the tree of the cosmic manifestation. Purport: the cosmic manifestation is grossly divided into three worlds: the upper, lower, and middle planetary systems. And then it broadens into the cosmos of 14 planetary systems, with the manifestation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a supreme root. Material nature, which appears to be the cause of the cosmic manifestation, is only the agency or energy of the Lord. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Maya adhekshena pratihi suyate sa characharam. Only under the superintendence of the Supreme Lord does material nature appear to be the cause of all creation, maintenance, and dissolution. The Lord expands himself into three: Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva, for maintenance, creation, and destruction, respectively. Of the three principal agents controlling the three modes of material nature, Vishnu is the Almighty. Even though he is within material nature for the purpose of maintenance, he is not controlled by the laws of material nature. The other two, Brahma and Shiva, although almost as greatly powerful as Vishnu, are within the control of the material energy of the Supreme Law. The conception of many gods controlling the many departments of material nature is ill conceived of by the foolish pantheists. God is one without a second, and he is the primal cause of all causes. As there are many departmental heads of governmental affairs, so there are many heads of management of the universal affairs. Due to a poor fund of knowledge, the impersonalist does not believe in the personal management of things as they are. But in this verse, it is clearly explained that everything is personal and nothing is impersonal. We have already discussed this point in the introduction, and it is confirmed here in this verse. The tree of the material manifestation is described in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita as an Ashwatha tree, whose root is upward. We have actual experience of such a tree when we see the shadow of a tree on the bank of a reservoir of water. The reflection of the tree on the water appears to hang down from its upward roots. The tree of creation described here is only a shadow of the reality, which is Parabrahman, Vishnu. In the eternal potency manifested in the Vaikuntha Lokas, the actual tree exists, and the tree reflected in the material nature is only the shadow of this actual tree. The impersonalist theory that Brahman is void of all variegatedness is false, because the shadow tree described in the Bhagavad Gita cannot exist without being the reflection of a real tree. The real tree is situated in the eternal existence of spiritual nature, full of transcendental varieties, and Lord Vishnu is the root of that tree also. The root is the same, the Lord, both for the real tree and the false, but the false tree is only the perverted reflection of the real tree. The Lord, being the real tree, is here offered obeisances by Brahma on his own behalf and also on behalf of Lord Shiva. Hare Krishna.
Last verse. Loko vikarma niratah kushalim pramattah karmanya karmanyayam tadudite bhavadachane swem yastavadasya balavaniha जीविताशाम छिनन्ति अनिमिषाय नमोस्तु तस्मै. Loka, people and children, vikarma, work without sense, nirata, engaged in kushale, in beneficial activity, pramattah, negligent, karmani, in activity, I am this, but by you, udite, enunciated, bhavat, of you, archane, in worship, sve, the rule, yah, who, tavat, as long as, asya, the people in general, balavan, very strong, iha, this, jivita, asam, struggle for existence, satya, directly, chinnati, is cut to pieces, animishai, by the eternal time, nama, by my obeisances, astu, let there be, tasmai, unto him. People in general all engage in foolish acts, not in the really beneficial activities initiated directly by you, further guidance. As long as the tendency for foolish work remains powerful, all their plans in the struggle for existence will be cut to pieces. I therefore pay my obeisances unto him who acts as eternal time. So again, now Kala Rupa has been spoken. The people who are not performing devotional service, who are doing this vikarma and all, Lord appears for them as Kala. Kala means all their plans are shattered. Kala. The time, time and tide waits for no man. Lord appears as Kala. So Lord, for the non-devotees, how Lord appears as Kala and destroys all their aspirations. So people who are engaged in material work, they do not, for them, there is something like auspicious work of their worship, according to Pancharatra. They do not do all these things. Whatever comes in their mind, they do. So such people, what Lord does, He removes all their aspirations and appears as Kala. So Matirna Krishna Paratasukova Mitho Vibhatyet Grahavatanam Adanta Gobir Vishatam Misram Puna Punascharvita Charvananam Yate Vidu Swartagatim Hi Vishnu Durashaye Bahirarthamanina Anda Ythande Rupaniyamana Ste Apisha Pandryam Urudhamni Panta. So all these verses are put from 7th Canto Bhagavatam, where Prahlad Maharaj says, foolish people, they are not interested in their own self-interest. And their self-interest is in Vishnu. Swartagatim Vishnu. They are only chewing the things which they have already chewed. Okay. Aruna, read.
Hare Krishna. Text 17. Loko vikarma niratah kushale pramatta कर्मण्ययं त्वदुदिते भवदर्चने स्वे यस्तावदस्य बलवानिह जीविताशां सद्यश्चिनत्य निमिषाय नमोस्तु तस्मै. Translation. People in general all engage in foolish acts, not in the really beneficial activities enunciated directly by you for their guidance. As long as their tendency for foolish work remains powerful, all their plans in the struggle for existence will be cut to pieces. I therefore offer my obeisances unto him who acts as eternal time. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. People in general are all engaged in senseless work. They are systematically unmindful of the real beneficial work, which is a devotional service of the Lord, technically called the Archana regulations. The Archana regulations are directly instructed by the Lord in the Narada Pancharatra and are strictly followed by the intelligent men who know well that the highest perfectional goal of life is to reach Lord Vishnu, who is the root of the tree called the cosmic manifestation. Also, in the Bhagavatam and in the Bhagavad Gita, such regulative activities are clearly mentioned. Foolish people who do not know that their self-interest is in realization of Vishnu. The Bhagavatam 7.5.30 to 32 says, Matirna Krishne Paratasvato va mito vipatyeta grihavratanam adanda gopir विशतां तमिश्रां पुनः पुनश्चर्वितचर्वणानाम् न ते विदुस्वार्थ गतिं हि विष्णु तुराशया ये बहिरर्थमानिनः अन्धायथान्धैरुपनीयमानास्तेऽपि सात्तान्त्र्यम् उरुधां निबद्धः नैषं मतित्वावद् उरुक्रमग्रिं स्पर्शाति अनर्थपगमो यदर्थः महीयसां पादरजोऽभिषेकं निष्किञ्चनानां न वृणीत यावत्. Persons who are determined to totally rot in false material happiness cannot become Krishna minded either by instructions from teachers, by self realization, or by parliamentary discussions. They are dragged by the unbridled senses into darkest region of ignorance, and thus they madly engage in what is called chewing the chewed. Because of their foolish activities, they are unaware that the ultimate goal of human life is to achieve Vishnu, the Lord of the cosmic manifestation, and so their struggle for existence is in the wrong direction of material civilization, which is under the external energy. They are led by similar foolish persons, just as one blind man is led by another blind man, and both fall in the ditch. Such foolish men cannot be attracted towards the activities of the Supreme Powerful, who is actually the neutralizing measure for their foolish activities, unless and until they have the good sense to be guided by the great souls who are completely freed from material attachments. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord asks everyone to give up all other occupational duties and absolutely engage in archana activities or in pleasing the Lord. But almost no one is attracted to such archana activity. Everyone is more or less attracted by the activities which are conditions of rebellion against the Supreme Lord. The system of jnana and yoga are also indirectly rebellious acts against the Lord. There is no auspicious activity except archana of the Lord. Jnana and yoga are sometimes accepted within the purview of archana when the ultimate aim is Vishnu and not otherwise. The conclusion is that only the devotees of the Lord are bona fide human beings eligible for salvation. Others are vainly struggling for existence without any actual benefit. Hare Krishna.
Very clearly, Srila Prabhupada says only devotees who are in the path of devotional service, they are only eligible for liberation and ultimate salvation. Not only the liberation of the, not only the liberation which is thought about by the Gyanis, merging in the Brahman. So that is not the desire of the devotees. Okay, so he'll stop here. Any questions? Okay. Panchakatharudrashya Pipasa Jyotiracha Karmapanam Pavanate Shri